In the summer of 2021, Matthew Sleeth spoke to our congregation about the suicide epidemic. Today, coming out of the COVID-19 pandemic, mental health is a critical topic for our culture. We, as the church, have the ultimate hope in Jesus Christ. And God uses all sorts of things for our healing: medicine, medical providers, and mental health care providers, His church, and Jesus Himself. We want FAC to be a safe place to discuss and explore how to respond biblically to critical issues. So we've developed a 6-week adult ed class where clinical professional experts will address trauma, grief, depression, anxiety, suicide, addictions, and sexual health. Each week, one topic will be covered, and this video captures the heart of what we intend to discuss in the voices of the instructors themselves.
Hi, my name is Daniel Sulfridge, and I have a master's degree from Asbury Seminary. I've been a therapist for the past 15 years. I'm excited to lead a class on trauma and how the enemy can use it to deter people from their God-given purposes. Trauma can come in many forms, from being horribly abused to losing a beloved pet. There really is no hierarchy, and all forms of trauma need healing. The Bible is full of people crying out to God in their trauma, from David to Jesus. As exemplified in these instances, trauma often leaves people feeling very isolated from their family, friends, and even God. Trauma is just as much a spiritual battle as an emotional or physical issue. I hope to introduce how to begin the process of healing, either in yourself or coming alongside a loved one. My heart for everyone who attends this class is that they will begin to believe how much they are loved by their community and how deeply, infinitely, and unconditionally they are loved by Christ.
Hey, my name is Logan. I'm a psychometrist and a licensed psychological associate with my master's degree in clinical psychology from Western Kentucky University. I have the pleasure of leading the class on depression, specifically how to identify and support, both clinically and spiritually, those struggling with it. We will cover a brief history of the topic, key things to watch out for, distinguishing grief from sad moods from depressive disorders, as well as both clinical and spiritual interventions that can assist in fighting depression and bad days. This topic is very close to my heart, as it is something that myself and many family members have battled. I pray that everyone feels welcome to attend and that God is able to move in our congregation to be a leading force against depression. Hey everyone, this is Logan again. I'm excited to take you all on a journey through the topic of anxiety, including what it is, what it isn't, and how to minimize its daily impact. We live in a world of uncertainty, and many people are unsure how to navigate when it feels like we're standing on shaking ground. We will be spending our time during this session learning, identifying, and distinguishing general stress and anxiety disorders. We will also be learning various coping mechanisms that can be employed, taking a dive into what Scripture says on the topic, and gaining knowledge on various resources that you can get plugged into when looking for help. I pray that our time together on this topic will be able to assist anyone struggling, as well as anyone supporting another who is struggling with anxiety and uncertainty.
Hi, my name is Matthew Sleeth. I'm a physician and a member of First Alliance Church and the author of Hope Always: How to Be a Force for Life in a Culture of Suicide. Decades ago, when I was in medical school, we were taught about the protective effects and the role of faith and what it plays in preventing suicide. In fact, a committed Christian is somewhere between 4 to 6 times less likely to take their own life than an atheist. Christians think about suicide at the same rate as non-Christians, but they don't act on it nearly as often. In our time together, we'll focus on the who is behind this protective force. We'll explore what the Bible teaches us about staying emotionally and spiritually healthy, and how you can share these medically and biblically sound principles with others. If you've struggled yourself or you love someone who is struggling, I hope that you'll join us. My favorite part of teaching is Q&A, so come with lots of great questions. I'm looking forward to meeting you.
Hello, my name is Tandy and I'm an LCSW. I have the pleasure of exploring the topic of addictions and how they interact with our mind, our body, and our spirit. We'll be spending an hour discussing, sharing, and interacting on how we can better engage with this as individuals, families, communities, and followers of Jesus. Everyone is welcome to come, whether you've been directly impacted by our current epidemic or are simply curious to learn more on the subject. It is our prayer that this time will be used to build knowledge, community, and health around the subjects of addictions to substances.
Hi, this is Daniel Sulfridge again. I will be leading a second class on the topic of God's purpose for healthy sexuality. As a mental health counselor, I have studied in depth on this topic and helped others reach sexual healing. During this class, we will focus on how to be sexually whole through a Christian perspective. We will discuss what it means to be sexually healthy in singleness and in marriage, no matter your age. Included in this will be sexual dysfunctions of men and women, homosexuality, transsexuality, and sexual addictions. We will also discuss how to talk to your children about God's plan for sexual wholeness. Please be advised, this may not be a topic for sensitive ears. My desire for this class is that it will begin discussion about God's plan for sexual wholeness.